He is watching you right now. Not a person, not a camera, not a judge waiting to condemn you. A version of you, the one that was supposed to exist by now, the one that was built from every hard thing you chose not to do. He never left. He is just watching. And today, we are going to talk about what he sees. Think about who you were 5 years ago, the things you said you would do, the man you said you would become, the version of your life you described to yourself. In the quiet moments, before the world got loud, and the days got full, and the years started moving faster than the goals. Now think about where you are today, not where you plan to be, not the version you described, where you actually are. Feel the gap between those two things. That gap has a presence. It is not abstract. It is not philosophical. It has weight. It has a face. Even if that face looks exactly like yours, that presence, that weight, that quiet figure standing at the edge of every decision you make, that is the man you could have been. And he has been there the whole time, watching you choose the snooze button, watching you close the laptop, watching you scroll when you should have been building, watching you shrink from the hard thing that would have changed everything, watching quietly, without judgment. And that silence is louder than any criticism you have ever received. Let us talk about how the gap forms, because nobody wakes up one morning and decides to abandon the man they were supposed to become. It does not happen in one moment. It happens in thousands of moments, each one invisible, each one justifiable, each one completely reasonable on its own. The morning you chose sleep over the early start because you were genuinely tired. The day you chose rest over the workout because your body needed it. The week you paused the project because life got complicated, and complications are real. Every single one, individually, was understandable. But here is what nobody tells you about individually understandable decisions. They compound. Each soft choice makes the next soft choice easier. Each step back from hard things makes hard things feel slightly more foreign, slightly more uncomfortable, slightly less like something you do, and slightly more like something that belongs to other men. And the man you were supposed to become takes one step further away, not running, just walking, quietly, steadily, away. And you keep watching him go, calling it a bad week, calling it a rough season, calling it anything except what it actually is. Pattern that has been running longer than you want to admit. Let me tell you what the man you could have been actually sees. He does not see a failure. He does not see a lost cause. He does not see someone who was never capable. He sees someone who was always capable and kept choosing not to use it. That distinction between incapable and choosing not to slow is the most painful gap a man can live inside, because failure has an exit. You try, you fail, you learn, you adjust, you try again. But the man who never tries, who is capable and chooses comfort, who knows what he should be doing, and finds daily reasons not to, he does not get the exit that failure provides. He gets something different. He gets the slow erosion of his own self-respect. Not loud, not dramatic, not in wonder. Here is the truth that will either break you open or make you close this video and go back to comfort. The man you could have been is not a fantasy. He is not a daydream. He is not the unrealistic version of yourself that only exists in motivational videos. He is the direct result of the choices you did not make. He exists in the body that would have been built by the workouts you skipped. He exists in the business that would have been built by the hours you spent scrolling. He exists in the relationships that would have deepened if you had shown up with the version of yourself you were building toward instead of the one you settled into. He is specific. He is measurable. He is real. And the gap between you and him is not talent, is not luck, is not circumstances or timing, or the hand you were dealt. It is the accumulated weight of every soft choice made in private. Every man who ever closed that gap did not have better conditions than you. They had one thing they could not tolerate: the feeling of him watching. They could not stand the presence of the man they were not becoming, standing at the edge of every choice, quietly disappointed, and decided that feeling was more unbearable than the discomfort of the hard thing. That decision, that one shift, is the entire difference between the men you admire and the men who only admire. So what does a man do with that version of himself watching? First, he stops pretending. The man is not there. Most men spend enormous energy avoiding the feeling of their own unrealized potential, the distraction, the noise, the scrolling and the consuming, and the constant filling of silence is the avoidance of that feeling. Stop avoiding it. Sit with it. Let it be uncomfortable. Let the gap feel real. Because a man who can sit with the feeling of his own potential without running from it has already started closing the gap. Second, he makes one choice today that the man he could have been would respect. Not a plan, not a declaration, not a new morning routine announced to the world. One private choice made today, before anyone sees it, before it becomes a habit, before it becomes an identity. Just one vote cast for the man still watching. Here is your assignment. 5 steps. Non negotiable. Step 1. Tonight, sit in silence for 5 minutes. No phone, no music, no podcast, just silence. And in that silence, ask one question. Who was I supposed to be by now? Let the answer come. Do not edit it. Do not make it smaller than what it actually is. Write it down. Step 2. Write down the 3 specific choices that created the gap between that man and who you are today. Not the circumstances, the choices. 3 choices. Your name on each one. Step 3. Tomorrow morning, before anything else, make one choice that closes the gap by 1 inch, not a mile. 1 inch. The workout, the 30 minutes of work on the thing that matters, the conversation you have been avoiding. 1 inch. That is all. Step 4. Every time today you feel the pull toward comfort, ask one question before you reach for it. Is this the choice the man I was supposed to become would make? Not every time do you have to choose differently, but ask the question every time. The question alone changes the vote. Step 5. At the end of each day this week, write one sentence. Today I moved toward him, or away from him. One sentence. 7 days. That record is the most honest document you will ever write about yourself. He is still there. The man you could have been. Still watching. Still waiting. Not angry. Not hopeless. Just present. He has not given up on you. Question is whether you have given up on him. Because he is not waiting forever. Every man has a point, a moment, where the gap becomes too wide to close. You are not at that point, but you are moving toward it. Every day you choose the comfortable thing over the true one. Today, make the choice he has been waiting to see. Not for this channel, not for anyone watching, For him, because he is the only version of you worth becoming. If this found you at the right moment, do not let it be another video. You watched and felt something, and then went back to comfort. Right now, in the comments, complete this sentence. The man I was supposed to be, by now would have, fill in the blank. Write it, make it real. Then tell us, what is the 1 inch you are closing today? Subscribe to Savage Rise. Every week, one truth, one mirror, one protocol, for the man who is ready to close the gap. Hit like if you felt him watching. Share this with one man who needs to hear this today. He is still reachable, but the window is not open forever. The watched man stayed comfortable. The risen man made the choice. That closed the gap.